Brethren, we've now reached that point in the proceedings when I make my annual address to Provincial Grand Lodge. A year to the day since I received the enormous privilege of becoming the 24th Provincial Grand Master of Durham, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for the friendship, support and enthusiasm by so many of you, meaning we have had more fun, more satisfaction and more achievements than I could possibly have hoped for. Your attendance today in such great numbers, a capacity crowd with the dining maximum limit of 460 sold out several weeks before the closing date, perhaps proves my point. But there is more. We have travelled en masse to London on several occasions. Just last month, when about 80 of us attended the Light Blues communication, most of whom were Light Blue members of our cornerstone community, including some entered apprentices, fellow crafts, and many master masons, we experienced contemporary Freemasonry at its finest, sharing the meeting with women Freemasons, giving a real-life example to push back at mass media reports that Freemasonry is only for men. Thanks to our media expert Keith Blundy, one of the dozens of regional newspaper articles published about Durham Freemasons over this past year featured husband and wife Freemasons, Owen and Joanne, travelling to London together to attend the same meeting. And I'm so pleased that we can continue the progressive initiatives of the Council for Freemasonry by having Order of Women Freemasons representatives with us here for the remainder of the day. Keep an eye out for information from our cornerstone community, ably led by Scott Butler, who I anticipate will be organising a similar event in Gateshead this year, when Grand Lodge's Director of Membership and Communications, Sean Butler, no relation, will again deliver his keynote address on contemporary Freemasonry. Over 36 of us visited Grand Lodge in April to support brethren from this province who were honoured to receive grand rank from His Royal Highness the Duke of Kent, who despite his frailty greatly enhanced the occasion by attending in person. I will be grateful if those honoured will stand when named, and brethren, please hold your congratulations until I have announced them all. First appointment to the acting rank of Assistant Grand Standard Bearer for our retiring Deputy Provincial Grand Director of Ceremonies, Gary Quinn. First appointments to past Junior Grand Deacon for Assistant Provincial Grand Masters John Henry and Paul Swansbury. First appointments to past Assistant Grand Standard Bearer for Provincial Grand Mentor Gaurav Jamnadas, Provincial Grand Membership Officer Jamie Riley, and Chairman of the Durham Freemasons Charity Community Support Grant Subcommittee, Andrew Thompson. No, I haven't finished. Sorry, that was just a pause because we had promotions. Promotion to past Grand Sword Bearer for Deputy Provincial Grand Master Andrew Foster, making him a very worshipful brother. Promotion to past Senior Grand Deacon for Assistant Provincial Grand Masters Martin Rankin and Michael Shaw, and promotion to past Junior Grand Deacon for Deputy Provincial Grand Secretary Mike Davies. And I still haven't finished because we don't want to forget the reappointment of John Paul Thompson as Assistant Grand Master. And I'm going to take the opportunity of congratulating Right Worshipful Brother Jean Briggs, the Order of Women Freemasons Grand Inspector for the North East, on her promotion earlier this month to Assistant Grand Master in that order. Brethren, I'm sure you agree with me that these brethren thoroughly deserve these appointments and promotions in grand rank for their past contribution to Freemasonry and in anticipation of their future participation. This is equally true for provincial grand rank, and I congratulate all who I have had the pleasure of appointing, promoting and investing today, and thank you for your past and future enthusiasm for Freemasonry. Please ensure when you next attend your own lodge, you take the opportunity to report to your members how you felt stronger together at the Fed, making or renewing friendships with like-minded people who practice integrity, respect and service in our communities. Thank you to the outgoing 2025-2026 provincial officers. We really appreciate your enthusiasm and commitment. And for those who didn't realise, our senior and junior Grand Wardens were amongst the oldest and youngest ever to hold those significant working positions. Discrimination has no place in this province, if for age or other difference. And many of you know that we know how old you are, as every morning I sit at my computer preparing and emailing birthday cards from the province. I know several of you believe that, as I actually receive telephone calls thanking me for doing so. But I'll let you into a Masonic secret. It's all done automatically thanks to our clever IT volunteers like Mike Richardson. I hope these e-cards and the additional 10th, 25th and 40-year long service certificates show every brother matters in this province. It was members' suggestions that resulted in their introduction. Staying with IT, today marks the launch of a new provincial website with a members area secured by your email address. Those of you following our social media channels may have seen teasers this week asking, who is Archie? Our IT name have given this name to our AI assistant, which will provide relevant Masonic information to typed or spoken requests. If smartphones were allowed in this meeting, I know someone would now be typing, asking Archie, is he ever going to stop speaking? So the rest will be bullet points. Support the digital marketing campaigns, prioritise initiations, deliver multiple candidate ceremonies. Pure ancient Masonry is a journey of 4 ceremonies. The new provincial toast list will regularly remind you of that. Help another brother set up their portal account. Use Solomon. Support the Durham 2032 festival. Attend the launch event at Darlington Hippodrome on the 24th of January 2027. Get involved as Freemasons in your community, at Park Run, as Dragons with the King's Trust, as a volunteer with other charities and organisations. Publicise the good works you do. Use the photograph of Lloyd Pickering in his RNLI all-weather kit and Masonic regalia in the centre of Durham Masonic Hall as an exemplar. If you haven't seen it, go to the National Portrait Gallery in London, where it's currently on display. I've paused to see if someone shouts out, it's behind you. It is, so thanks to the comms team for being on the ball. Share the Insight magazine and the Don't Wait to be Asked multicast and other excellent communications produced by Wayne Rumley and his team with your families, friends and those Freemasons who might not be as IT savvy as you. Use them as a reason to visit members who no longer regularly attend your lodge or chapter. And while reading, watching or listening with them, remind them every brother matters, including them. Leave a drinks coaster, which will be on today's lunch settings, on their coffee table. They say, stronger together and every brother matters, because we are and you do. On your behalf, I thank Richard Scott, Pamela Davis, and the many volunteers involved in provincial administration throughout the year, and especially leading up to today. David Atkinson and all on his DC team, members of the Durham Provincial Grand Stewards Lodge, management and staff here at the Fed, and everyone else who has helped make today a success. Thank you, brethren.